These cables have the Irish flag, like green, white, orange.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Great.
You did that just for me.
No. Maybe.
Okay, first of all,
I should have said yes.
It was nice. Yeah, it was really nice. I had that kind of adrenaline feeling right after I finished, which I didn't get for a while actually. So yeah, it was nice to know that it's still possible to get that, and yeah. A little bit, but I've gotten better at trying to kind of reassure myself. I'm like, it's okay, you know how to DJ, just like pretend you're in your bedroom, and yeah, I've gotten better at reassuring myself, I guess. Usually, yes, I actually do prepare majority of my sets, which is actually a bit controversial. Yeah, so I don't know, for me it's just what works best. It like eases my anxiety, it makes me perform better. And yeah, so usually like I kind of split the set into like 3. So I do like in kind of intro, beginning, end. If I didn't have time to prepare a set, or maybe the vibe is different than I expected, I can kind of go and create something on the spot. So I have, I think, 8 playlists maybe. So like intro, and then like some dub stuff, hypnotic, kind of bleepy, that kind of thing, and then peak time, and then bridge or tool, and then closing, and then breakbeat, and then classic or like cheesy stuff. So kind of crowd pleasers, I guess. There was a couple moments where I wasn't super happy with the mix, like the current mix that I was doing. But yeah, instead of kind of letting that distract me, I was just move on, accept it, and like maybe no one else even noticed it, maybe it was just me, so I kind of have to reassure myself to not let it affect the rest of the mix and just move on, you know. My style, I think it's quite stripped back. Like I think that like the music has to kind of do the talking in a way, and I'm just there to kind of create the journey. But obviously it's the producers who made the tracks who like deserve most of the credit, and I'm just there to kind of like, you know, create it and create a story out of it, I guess. But yeah, my mixing style, so I did actually go to college for DJing and production, and back home in Ireland, and my 2 teachers that I had for like the DJing module are like really quite well known, like Sunil Sharp, I'm not sure if you know, he's like a legend, like he's amazing. And then Doug Cooney as well, who's a really amazing producer and DJ also. So I think, yeah, learning from them definitely helped, because it's pretty scary, like having, like there's basically these like 6 DJ booths in the class. I remember like Sunil would come in and he'd stand like kind of behind you, and he'd just like observe you like mixing. Your hands would be like shaking, you know. It was really scary, but it was a great way to learn. So yeah, I learned a lot there. So I only use 3, I don't use 4, and I used to, for the most part, I would just use 2, and then I kind of saw my friends and other DJs and they were using like 3, 4 decks, and I was like, ooh, like maybe I should, you know. But to be honest, I don't think it's a necessity. I still think you can deliver a really nice, like flawless set with 2 CDJs. Just depends on your mixing style, you know. But I enjoy, like for example today, I felt quite comfortable like with the sound and everything. So I felt comfortable using 3, but there has been times where like in a certain club and I'm like, okay, I'm finding it a bit more difficult to mix, so I will go back to 2 and maybe sometimes add a 3rd, you know. So yeah, I think it just depends, but you definitely have the opportunity to be more creative with 3. You can kind of like, especially if you're looping tracks, it's almost like you are kind of playing live in a way, because you're only using certain small aspects from each track but layering them all together, and you can create something kind of new. So I do kind of just go with it. My ear is actually classically trained because I come from like quite a musical family. So yeah, I think I started studying music theory when I was literally 4 years old or something, so it's kind of like ingrained in my head. So yeah, ever since I started to learn DJing, I've never looked at the keys. I just go off what sounds right and what sounds good, and yeah, that's it. Yeah, there was one gig, I was playing in Kit Kat actually, which at the time was quite like a big thing for me. And there was only 2 CDJs in the booth, and it was a 3-hour set. I think it was literally the last 15 minutes and it was going so perfectly. I was like, yeah, this is great. It was the last 15 minutes and I've never done this before. Like, I don't even think at home I did it before. I just hit the complete wrong cue button and it just stopped and it went silent. I was like, I didn't really know what to do. I kind of panicked. I think if it happened again, I'd be able to kind of keep my calm and just recover. But I mean, I did keep my calm and recover, but it wasn't like a smooth kind of recovery, you know. But it was fine, to be honest. I don't think many people noticed. They kept on dancing when I fixed it, and it was fine. It shows that you're human and not just a robot, you know. Shout out to Hidden Experiments for being legends.